My name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
It's how Brexit came to fruition. Where is the okay? It said that people in England don't realize how they're being manipulated by the English press. Okay, so he's saying how the tabloid is manipulating people. Okay, and he's saying here this is how the okay English people don't believe everything they read. Okay, some don't, but where is the one that says how Brexit came? Same how okay, same people who voted for Brexit no sense for themselves at all. What is it? I spoke about this also. It started since was it 2016? There was Analytica. I spoke about that. All right, and then they use that to their advantage and then manipulate people and went to certain. I'm telling you, it's gonna even get worse because now that system happened. And that video where I really went deep into it, I never put it live. Never. I still have. I don't even upload it into YouTube. Okay, I did the video, never put it public, didn't even upload it. Where uh, something, I'll put the thumbnails of it. I did everything, but never uploaded how it originated, who it started from, with that kind of analytic studying of people. Many of you will not, will be very shocked. But the way the first person who started it did it was in a good place. Okay, because they didn't expect him to be in the position that he's in. I'm telling you, if I had to go back to explain all of this to you, this is not to say someone voted, someone who went to who have PhD who voted. It's two things that I see happening. Okay. And then you see the result of it, and it's now is on steroid. Okay, it's on steroid. But the person who started it then do it for that. And this is how we get Trump into the system. This is how we get Brexit, and this is how we get all of this. They know how to go exactly to the people to do that, and then you have the tabloid around them to manipulate the mind. So many of them are voting against their own interests. They don't even know until it hit them in their face. And it's now when you look at Brexit, many of them are crying foul. All right, but at the time, a lot of people were telling you don't do it. You have shit in your water now. People can't really go in the well. It's in the winter now. People would not be going to the beach. But let's go back to the original thread. All right, the thread started about Richard Eden lying. Okay, I went in this. Now I'm here. Okay, so when traveling on a royal tour, Prince William and Kate Middleton invite the reporters tearing Meghan to shred every day in the tabloid to the front of his plane for a group hug. All right, so let's go into that. So she has receipt here. Okay, they were so considered it a group hug because they don't actually hug people. There's this. This is Emily. All right, 43 seconds. I'm telling you, the squad have receipt.
2019, on a highly publicised tour of Pakistan, Kate's calm handling of the press further underlined to the world how she was growing into her role as a queen in waiting.
I travelled with Kate and William on the RAF Voyager from the UK to Pakistan. William and Kate had us all forward to the front of the plane where they were to chat to us. We're so glad you're here. Thanks so much for coming to Pakistan with us. We're really
Oh my God, this is gold mine. This is gold mine. Invite the press, okay, to the front of the plane to talk. And then Kate is so happy you hear this and that, da 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 da. Okay? Harry never done that. Harry never done that. Harry have remained the same from young till now, until he had to leave. He's been the same. And then William was trained. I don't know how I came across this article. This article is always in my description. because I don't know when and where I'm going to talk about it on any video. So I always leave it as part of the upload. Okay. In 2001, how old was William? Maybe in his late teen, early 20s. Okay. This article described how Prince Charles is taking William to parties with the press. Okay. So this have been ingrained in him. It passed on from Charles to William. The same thing is happening. Harry was never like that. Okay, so let me rewind it a little bit. So she recorded while she was watching it. All right, so the audio is not that good.
To us. We're so glad you're here. Thanks so much for coming to Pakistan with us. We're really grateful you're here, covering all our work. Thank you so much. It was a very skillful piece of diplomacy by William and Kate, because you do want the press to be on side, because then they're going to write, frankly, nice things about you. And that's exactly what happened.
Oh my God. Let's hear this part. We know what happened. No matter how much they try to prop her up, but she can't do the job. But let me move it back a little bit. There was some stuff she said.
Done. William and Kate had us all forward to the front of the plane where they were to chat to us. We're so glad you're here. Thanks so much for coming to Pakistan with us. We're really grateful you're here, covering all our work. Thank you so much. It was a very skillful piece of diplomacy by William and Kate, because you do want the press to be on side, because then they're going to write, frankly, nice things about you. And that's exactly...
I mean, oh my God. Because you want people to write nice thing about you. So you lowering yourself to these people. Why? Why? Why can't they just write exactly what they see? Whether you did good with your speech, where William was bored to death and you can even read a damn paper in front of you, you were doing it. So you want people to manipulate exactly what they're seeing? Because they wanted good press? Oh my God.
Frankly, nice things about you. And that's exactly what happened.
2019.
Okay, she stopped the recording when she was reading that thing. Let's see here. There's 9 comments under this. This needs a bookmark. Oh, I already did. Okay, so confirmation from 2 people that this happening. The press shouldn't be on anyone's side. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. They should report the truth. So happy they have exposed themselves. Thank you. And they are tabloid, hardly journalists. Okay, British tabloid media people refuse to call them journalists, really don't understand objective journalism. They should just report the fact. What the F? Okay, let's see here. Somehow, after all the ass kissing, they still posted her reading her speech like learning the alphabet. William is actually worse than his father. This is why I threw that prayer out there. Whatever blinding him, he needs to see, come to reality. Okay, so the press only wants you to be their friend, and then they will be your psycho friends no matter what you do. Okay, it's the fact that she is saying this with her whole chest. That's the thing here. What is said is that many of them actually think this is journalism. Emily Andrews literally called herself a journalist, shaking my head. Okay, the press is supposed to be accurate, another because into writing puff pieces or hateful lies. The UK press is doing a lot of confessing. This isn't journalism. It's the invisible contract Prince Harry spoke about and the palace quickly denied. Okay, simply put, the thing is that when it ingrained in them, they don't even realize this is what's happening. Remember, this started a very long time ago. Okay, since the 1800s. The press is supposed to be accurate, another to be coarse and to writing puff. Okay, did I just say Prince Harry? Okay, and they quickly denied. Simply put, the UK press is the biggest bully ever. You're telling me? Okay, their modus operandi is give us a smile and we'll write nice things about you. What if for some reason I'm unable to smile due to some underlying issue? They simply destroy me with they simply destroy me without a thought of what goes in my life. I'm thinking as I read this, if you have Botox, you can't really smile. You can't really smile, but they think you don't want to smile. They think you don't want to smile with them. And they think you're mean or something like that. They start tearing you apart. But anyway, that was a funny comment. Okay, that was 4 minutes ago. Okay, and that's the point. If you done nothing wrong, why should anyone have to bend over for the press in order to write nice things about you? It's like a threat. Yeah, it is. Okay, you must be nice to us in order for us to write nice things about you. My goodness, nice things, nice thing you. Okay, I think about you. Okay, how about writing nice things anyway? This is the thing many people don't get. All right, let's see. This probably going to be a thread by something he had never done before. What the F? A figurative group hug, but just imagine Harry just releasing a statement about how Meghan had been treated. He's suing the Mel and the Son and his brother. Invite these people to the front of his plane. Thanks them for coming on tour and tell them to consider it's a group hug. Okay, of course, the Cambridges gave the press back a virtual group hug. The UK media was acting on behalf of the Cambridges. Okay, with a brother like that, who needs enemies? I'm telling you. Okay, the truth is here finally. Yep. But the thing is that that person who's talking in the video, it probably was recorded a while back, maybe a couple of years. Yeah, when they're not being threatened or they're not under pressure. Okay, this is almost the same thing here. This is why I told you sometimes I don't like those type of not journalism. I don't like this kind of interviews. Okay, this type of interview. You say more than you really want to. This is exactly that. So they're not under pressure. So they're talking, they're letting the cat out of the bag. Okay, this is an example of that. Go see the 19th. I did a review about it, and I told you guys I didn't like this type of interview. Okay, this is not to say Meghan didn't do a good job, because it's a type of conversation. And then couple months later after that, about the 19th, and I believe with the Oprah interview, and I come back to it and said, look, now the table have turned. It's not Meghan who's asking the question like she did on the 19th. Now it's Oprah who's asking her the question. With that, she had control of what she was saying. I even said it. All right, go look at the 19th interview, what I said in it, if you care. I'm just saying, if you care. And then my review of the Oprah interview, I even mentioned it. Okay, and now that it is, I'm mentioning again a third time. This is to a proof how when they're interviewing you in a relaxed form, how you say more than you really want to say. And this is how we're tearing apart what she said here, because she was not under pressure. All right, so my answer is here. Okay, for some of you who probably thought otherwise, what am I talking about? There's the proof right here. Okay, a couple months later. When was the Oprah interview? What? Maybe 6 months ago, or maybe 9 months ago. Okay, brotherly love. Okay, sibling hate from Cain to Henry. Princess Diana really had to bring Meghan to his life, to Harry's life, because Harry, well, I think Harry wanted to do so much more, but they're holding him back. Now when he see Meghan and say, oh, that would be a good team to work with our causes while we're in the under the umbrella of the monarch and this and that, and then they shred them apart. You have one journalist saying, oh, Meghan wanted to use her voice, and that's one thing the royal family doesn't want. Meghan never said that. Meghan actually said she doesn't mind being in the background when all four of them were on the stage.
And I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact.
And then, to protect her, Harry, and she did that, and to love Harry, and I'm pretty sure they have done it. But Meghan have been pregnant ever since. The squad knows about this part here, okay? And then the other part, to help this egghead with his image, but instead he saw hate. He saw hate in Meghan. Okay, the brother whose mind and soul was so true and pure was able to see Meghan for what it is. He even said he saw the line, the stars, everything were aligned.
The fact that I fell in love with Meghan so incredibly quickly was a sort of confirmation to me that everything, all the stars were aligned, everything was just perfect. It was this beautiful woman just sort of literally tripped and fell into my life. I fell into her life, and the fact that I know the fact that she'll be really unbelievably good at the job part of it as well. We're a fantastic team. We know we are, and
So he knew that was the woman, and this is the sign Princess Diana put in front of him to say, "This is the woman for you." But that brother, so much hate, his soul is not pure. It's not really open for how we call this, for criticism or love, any of that. Remember, when people are criticizing you, that doesn't mean they hate you. Okay, sometimes criticism is good and a way to look upon yourself. How can you change? Okay, so there's a huge difference here. People criticizing you doesn't mean they hate you. Okay, so it's a way for you to see what is wrong with me that I can improve. This channel in particular, I've had a lot of criticism from the squad. They were good criticism. They were not hate criticism. They were coming from good place. Look how my channel is moving forward. Why? Because I took the good part of them, what they were telling me, how I could move. Someone told me, "Oh, I think you should put somewhere the Sussexes into your name of your channel." And I was like, "Nah, I don't want to be all about the Sussexes. I want to do different things, and at the same time covering the Sussexes, da 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 da." And then I was like, you know what? Let me listen to her. Keep my original name, PYTE Entertainment, and then all I just did, and I'm put Team Sussex at the end to let people that I'm part of the team. Huh? What happened? My channel grew. More people were seeing my stuff. I wasn't saying everything that they like, but they know I was part of the team. Okay, so criticism doesn't mean people hate you. It's a way to look into yourself. How can you move forward? And I've done that, and I've proved that with you guys, but through my action. Believe me, action speaks louder than word. All right, so that's that. Let me move on. Oh, phew, thank God. There's no more. All right, let's move here. This is probably gonna be a video by itself. Okay, Meghan Markle's lawyer hit back at bullying allegation and BBC documentary, the second part of a two-part BBC documentary about Prince William and Prince Harry's relationship with the media called The Prince and the Press, has been broadcast tonight. Okay, let's see this one. It's an article. You know what? I'll leave that for you guys. Okay. Oh, that's okay. I'll leave that for you guys to see. Okay. This is something you probably will want to see. All right. So I'll put this link for you guys because I want to keep it short. I have to do a quick study with my son before he goes to school. Right now it's 4:30. All right. Next part of the thread. Okay, Princes and the Press, BBC delayed podcast amid concern over palace reaction to part 2 of documentary broadcast, Harry, Meghan, and the media to focus on coverage of the Duchess of Sussex and claim of sexism, racism, and strategic leaks. All right, so that's another one. I'll click into it so I put the links for you guys. All right, so they went and explained more here. Okay, this part of the archive. Okay, these royal reporters are truly pathetic. Meghan and Harry made life difficult for the media. When Archie was born, journalism claimed latest episode of The Princes and the Press examined the period of 2018 to 2021. All right, there's more. All right, let's see here. All this, I'll put those links. Oh, it's not a link. All right, so let's go into that. All right, the BBC allowed Netflix to film The Crown at its central London headquarters, and a move which will further infuriate Prince William and the royal family. Okay, the BBC allowed Netflix to film The Crown at its central London headquarters. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay, okay, this I did not know. Maybe that's why Prince William went out and bashed the mother and said, "Oh, you cannot use this." But long and behold, they don't really need to use a documentary. They could just replay it. It's not like, where I usually put clips on my videos where it shows copyright. They have actors to play those parts. What was he thinking? What was he thinking to do that? And I think that's what really do the domino effect of him, because for taking upon himself to call his mom paranoid, he thought because BBC allowed Netflix to film in their headquarters, and that because they wanted documentary of Martin Bashir thing? Oh my goodness. All right, let's continue. Bosses let the streaming giant use Broadcasting House to recreate real life scenes and the run up to Martin Bashir's 1995 Panorama interview with Princess Diana. You see, I didn't even read all of this. This is why he took this action. That was a preemptive action by him, but it was so stupid because that video have been out for God knows how long. Okay, so people know already about it. They took note. They have a copy of it. They just have to recreate it. My goodness, your mother, what is it? Martin Bush is there. All right, he could say his part, and then Princess Diana's dead, and she already said her part. So anything anybody else said, they can't refute that. Okay, the BBC documentary time journalist Valentine Lowe plays down rumors of briefing war between royal brothers, the same Lowe who has several stories with a legal challenge by Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. All right, there's more article here. I think it's the same thing. One of those thing within their website, Archive PH, just go to that thing. So she probably have all of these links here. One link could lead you to all the other articles. Okay, did BBC back down on bombshell war documentary? Over John show failed to feature claims William and Harry's household briefed against each other after palace fury at cooperation rehashing overblown and unfounded allegation. Okay, but last night primetime offering had seemingly been watered down at the 11th hour. Okay, with editing going on up until last minute. Really? Plans for accompanying podcast have also been postponed by BBC. Oh, a royal source said, quote, it is unlikely the matter will be taken further. Okay, so sickening, broadcasters Trevor Phillips said it's becoming clear that they had not really grasped that in return for the fairy tale, you have to give the people outside the castle something, or they just decided they didn't want to play the game. Okay, the point at which you decide you're not going to play the game, well, don't expect other people to play by the rules. Wow. So they were after seeing the first part, because from what I understand, last week for the first part, they wanted to see the documentary first. They sent their courtiers to go look at the thing. BBC then give it to them. All right. So now that everybody saw the first part the same time as they did, because the thing was telling the truth. Okay, just the truth, not siding to either Harry or Meghan. Harry, not siding with the Sussexes or the Cambridges. They're just telling the truth. They didn't like it. They wanted to to bash Meghan. If they were bashing the Sussexes, that would have been a good thing for them. But because the truth was so bad in their eyes, they didn't like that. But guess what? If you're doing shady things, what do you expect people with good conscience to do? They're gonna report your shady stuff. So if you don't want shady stuff to be reported about you, stop doing shady things. That's the way things go. This is the way life should be. You do shady things, people see shady stuff. Not like you do shady stuff and you see gold. No, it doesn't work like that. These people are freaking stupid and ridiculous. It's sickening. They are sick. This is a sick brain. Okay? Believe me, this is a sick brain. This is why I had to do that prayer for him. All right, let's see here. The BBC allowed Netflix, so okay, I just read that and I went into it. Okay, bosses let the streaming giant use Broadcasting House to recreate real life scene and the run up to Martin Bashir. Okay, so I read all of these. So are they repeating? Okay, so it came from here at this point. Let's see. So sickening broadcasters. Okay, I read that. So okay, so all these were part of that. Okay, I read this already. So this is where it started again. Okay, he is shameful. This is what he wrote about same apartment where Harry and Meghan supposed to forcefully move in with the Glasters or forcefully remove them. Okay, what is this? This is a screenshot. Eden Confidential. Harry and Meghan may leave their 2-bedroom cottage at Kensington Palace for more space to raise their family. Okay, I mean, you look at Harry and Meghan. All right, especially Meghan. She didn't grow up in this toxicity. Okay, even though we didn't know about the toxicity family that she had, it's not her fault. But her growing up with Queen Doria, okay, with Queen Doria, Queen Doria raised Meghan in a well-minded, pure, loving, good spirit kind of environment. So Harry, even though he was in that institution, he was so immune to it, he didn't realize it. But what was happening with Harry living with that evil family, his conscience wanted him to move out. Okay, his true feeling wanted to move out. But what do you expect? Because this is where you grew up, this is where you live. It's very hard to just get up and go. So he couldn't just leave. So as soon as Harry and Meghan become a couple, okay, so now Harry has what he really needed to comfort his that inner feeling of him moving away from that toxicity. Okay, so with the backup of Meghan, the first step that they did to move away from that toxicity, okay, is move away from the Kensington Palace. They didn't care. They even moved to a house that was being renovated anyway. Okay, how bad? Can you imagine that? They rather live in a shack than being with the toxicity. Okay, that's the point you need to see. They were living at Kensington Palace. Okay, what is it? It says here, 2-bedroom cottage at Kensington Palace. For, okay, thinking glamorous, everything is all set up or whatever. I never been into any of this. Okay, for a more space to raise their family. That's Frogmore Cottage. All right, they rather leave the glamorous part to just, they want that peace and quietness. So they rather move in a less opulent place. But still, these people still going after them. You have to think about it. They're trying to get away from toxicity, but the toxicity keep on following them. When they realize that they still can't get away from them, what did they do? They moved to Canada. They freaking leave the country and say, I do not want that toxicity in my life. They move away. What is still happening? They're still following them. This is the thing here. These people from that freaking island don't know peace. They do not know peace. So we need to keep on praying. No matter how good we think Harry and Meghan are right now, we still need to pray because these toxic people, they never know anything about peace. For them, attacking Harry and Meghan, it's what keep them alive. Okay? This is their air, water, food, shelter, everything. Okay? We need to pray and put that blockage. So each time they try to go after Harry and Meghan, they hit, what did I say in one of my video? One of the biggest brick wall, or what was I look it up when I was editing that video. It's not titanium, the strongest thing that there is. There was something else that I saw. Another type of metal that's stronger than titanium. Okay? But for us, we want the powerful force of the Lord to protect them everywhere they go because these people don't know peace. But for Harry and Meghan, for God to always surround them with his powerful force. Okay? Where Harry and Meghan should always be in their bubble with the good people, okay, that God sent to them, that work with them, that friendship with them, that God decided to be for their neighbor, to shield them together to stay in their bubble. Because outside of that bubble is toxic. It is toxic. These people don't know pain. This is why I said the same thing that they're throwing at Harry and Meghan, they need to feel it. I'm not saying what kind of pain they need to feel. If they feel that this is what they want for themselves, and then they're throwing at Meghan and Harry, this is what they need to feel. Whatever it may be. I'm not throwing anything negative out there. If they feel that Harry and Meghan should experience that, that's the thing they need to experience themselves. Okay? God will deal with that. For God to send that boomerang back to those people because these people are toxic. Toxic. If it pain that those toxic people know, that's the same thing they need to experience. If they know how to feel love and good vibe, then if they're throwing that at Harry and Meghan, that's what they should feel too. Okay? Whatever it is that they're throwing at Harry and Meghan, this is what God needs to send right back at them. Because these people, in order for them to stop, it has to be within themselves. because they're the only one who can destroy themselves, not Harry and Meghan. So meanwhile, God put Harry, Meghan, her workers with good spirit, all those good people God sent to them to stay within that bubble and do the work that God wants them to. Okay, I didn't even finish read that thing. I went on because these people, Harry and Meghan, are trying to run away from them, but they're still following them. And thank God they have the mindset, Harry and Meghan, to have the mindset to just get away. All right, let me finish with that. That was a small prayer here within that conversation. Okay, royal insiders had widely expected the Queen's cousin, the Duke of Gloucester, 74, and his Danish-born wife, Birgit, 72, to move out of their lavish 21-room apartment one to make way for Prince Harry and Meghan. Really? So they didn't want that. They didn't want to move out. But they're 74. They're about to go. So I could see why the Queen would want that, because these are younger. They're about to create new families. So these are done. They're about to expire. So they're probably part of the. I'm just throwing my humble opinion here. They probably were more than happy to get on the hate with Harry and Meghan to move out because they didn't want to give up that 21-room apartment. Do they need all of that? My goodness. But I hear there is a spanner in the works. Bridget wants to stay put in the apartment, which is right next door to Prince William and Kate's huge home. Interesting. Okay. Let's see here. I didn't know about it. Bridget doesn't want to leave. One of her friends tells me. And why should she? She and her husband are still full-time working members of the firm, and they were given the apartment by Her Majesty. A Kensington Palace spokesperson insists it's not true that Harry, in particular, Meghan coveted the Gloucester precious home. That's for them. That's for them. Because at the end of the day, look at Prince Philip. Okay, he's gone. Did he take anything with him? Even his hat is left on the hat and medals and all of that on top of the coffin. There's a perfect example for you. And I spoke about that during his funeral. Okay, the range, isn't it? So pathetic. Okay, I won't be surprised if articles about them leaving KP haven't already disappeared or getting buried. Okay, not possible. The Sussex royal, Queen Elizabeth, offered the Duke and Duchess to use the Frogmore Cottage, which was already undergoing mandate renovation and will be available to move in before the birth of their son. And, this is why sometimes I really think that relationship Harry has with the Queen, I think is really genuine. Is those two other futures out of jealousy. Okay, they're doing their nonsense, but they thought that it was gonna hurt Harry and Meghan. It did hurt them at the time. Don't get me wrong, it did hurt them at the time, but it's coming back to haunt them. Okay, this is the thing here, the boomerang. All right, let's see here. This is another article, Sussex Royal. Okay, welcome to the Sussex Royal Community, your source for information on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Okay, for some of you, sussexroyal.com. So you guys should go to their website. I know some of you have suggested for me to do podcasts on Spotify. I'm looking into it. Okay, I need to know how those podcasts work. So I need a hosting. It's almost like having a website. Okay, you need someone to host you. So I need to look into that. And what else? There's something else. Some of you suggest to do a website. I'm also looking at it. Takes time. It takes time. Look at you. I just said in video 1, I believe, and a few I have to wake up my youngest to study with him. This is my number 1 job. But these things takes a lot of time. But recording, okay, getting up early to discuss and see what's on it doesn't take that long. You know what takes that long? After I finish recording and then to edit it. All right, that's what takes long. Get a home at Kensington Palace, LOL. All right, let's go back to the thread. And I think this, oh, okay, it's done. It's done. So more people are tweeting. Let me like this so I could see. Let me see if I could. So I think I finished with that thread. All of this, all of that. Yeah, it's done. So let me do another one.
is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.